Beautiful day, Patriots. How are you? Michael, please forgive me. You say not to do this, and here I am doing it again. Michael from around the world on counciloftime.com, I'll write that down in a minute, has a Tonight Show episode, has a great, absolutely, absolutely incredible description, explanation, and explains, because we're staying right here in Genesis right now. I mean, it's once your eyes are open to the Bible, every page that you go to, it just becomes this in depth of revelations and understanding, and new things are constantly being shown. As I was reading something earlier today, I saw it for the first time, and what I want to talk about is a lot of times things people can get very confused looking for truth and knowledge. People love to talk about the flat earth and the round earth, and both sides of that coin, people point to the other side and say how ridiculous they are for saying it's a flat earth and how ridiculous they are for saying it's a round earth. Look how ridiculous those Republicans are, and look how ridiculous those Democrats are. Look how yada yada yada. Correct? And so a lot of times there's so many truths, there's only one truth, but it encompasses so much that we can have many different things to appear the opposite and yet it still be the truth. Yeah? How does that make sense? Okay. Republican and Democrat. Both the parties are saying the other party is crazy, but yet it takes both parties for the government to go forward. You couldn't take away the Republicans and have only a Democratic society and it be fair. You can't get rid of the Democrats and have only a Republican Party and expect it to be fair. It's not fair with two parties. So how could it be fair with... Anyways, I'm just trying to show examples of how many things can be true even though they contradict itself. So Mike does a great job tonight talking about the firmament and how how God divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And so this can be very, very confusing. And if we start looking at this, we're going to see that this is going to, what he was talking about tonight and last night about, anyways. So if you want to know more about flat earth, round earth, as he has stated in years past, does it matter? Would your life change if all of a sudden you found out that the earth was flat if you've always believed it to be round? Would your life change tomorrow? Like all of a sudden you have to do everything opposite of what you were doing all the way up until today? Or if you're a flat earther and all of a sudden it's been proven to you that the earth is round, all of a sudden, does it change your life? Do all of a sudden you have to stop doing what you were doing? You see what I'm saying? Who cares? Us knowing and wanting and seeking and trying to find out the truth can sometimes keep us in the spin cycle because there's multiple truths within the one truth. Jesus is the truth. The only way to God is through Jesus. This is the truth. But we have to go through many, 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 many lessons and experiences in life to see that truth. We can be shown the truth, but if we have nothing to gauge it off of, it's just a blank piece of paper. We need to be able to contrast a blank paper, God's word. You can see the difference. You can compare it. You have something to contrast it to. And as I repeat then, to be able to understand something that's deep and complex as this, which the devil likes to do on the internet, and then confuse this by saying flat earth, round earth, and then all the different proofs of both, when maybe it's far more complicated and much more, way more simpler than anyone's explaining on the internet. Correct? It's just a possibility. So again, wonderful, wonderful explanation tonight. But then again, he talks about tonight, it is Wacky Wednesday, about many other things that we will be experiencing. Oh, one of the things he was talking about here in August coming up, which is just next month, about the next wave of energy that comes. And he was, for just longest time, has talked about the energy wave that showed up in 2004 in August. And I would be very interested to ask Michael myself personally. And once again, it wouldn't matter here nor there because I experienced it regardless. I most likely, I believe, was out in the water surfing in Hawaii when that actually wave of energy came down, because I have never been the same since that time of sometime in 2004, because I left and moved from Hawaii in 2005. So it's very easy for me to remember the time. But I was absolutely radiated. I spent my whole life surfing in the sun. Never used sunscreen. Don't like it. Never trusted it. So I know, and you know, I've been sunburned and had plenty of interactions with the sun. In 2004, something happened where I got fried, especially on my forearms, were just completely fried, and I've not been able to put my bare arms in the sun ever since 2004 without my arms hurting like it is a microwave, just like Michael talks about. So like I say, I was in Hawaii. Maybe that's the case. So let's talk about the other thing, about the internet and how we go and get our information from the internet and how it is full of lies and how they manipulate the lies. I mean, we do know that this is true, but we could do a little bit of a test on that if we want to right now. We know that in Twitter, I was kicked off of Twitter. Now, I don't have a pen here. Believe it or not, I'm doing some different things. So I've got a picture on Twitter that I posted on Twitter. And that same picture the next day ended up going on to the Q board. And it was Q Drop 2438. It's the picture of the sun with the halo, well, we could call it all kinds of things, but looks like a Q around the sun. Now, I personally took that picture. I showed you that it's on my camera here, and it's impossible for anybody else to be able to have it on their camera. So if somebody went to, and I don't know how to do that on my phone, but if somebody did a reverse image of the picture from QDrop 2438, it should go to me on Twitter. But now, I'm no longer on Twitter, right? So they can't take that picture and show proof of it coming from me on Twitter. Am I correct on that? But yet I've shown proof of it on my phone just, I don't know, a couple weeks ago and for years, right? So if I can prove that I'm the one that took the picture, but the internet can't prove where the picture was posted first, wouldn't that show and prove that there's manipulation within the internet, and that even though we go there for proof that they can manipulate things? Like, how would the internet at this particular moment in time do a reverse image of a picture that for the first time showed up on Twitter, but yet the person that posted it on Twitter is banned off of Twitter and no longer allowed to be on Twitter? How could a reverse image of a picture show the truth? Is that making sense? Therefore, we know we can't trust the internet for truth. Again, is there one truth? Yes, it's right here. And within this one truth, you will find more than enough to keep you busy. As I've been showing, just within Genesis, we can't even get down through. Well, God bless you. God bless America. God